I'm joined here at Lords by newly appointed head coach Richard Johnson. Richard, how have you settled into the new role?
How have I settled into the new role? Well, I've been here 8 years. I know it's a slightly different change, but so far we haven't played any cricket, so my new role probably starts a bit more on Saturday and Sunday during this championship game. So far so good. We've not a lot to do.
Good. I guess, you've worked with Scotty for probably eight of those 8 years that you've worked here.
Yeah.
How important is it for you to put your own stamp on the new role, or is it very much a case of carrying things on from where Richard left off and evolving it as you see?
Good question. I think a lot of what we've done over the last 8 years is good stuff, you know, culminating in winning a championship. And there's a lot of that to continue without doubt. I suppose the only different stamp I put on it is that I'm a different personality. That's about it, really. You talk about freshening things up. How do you do that? Is it personnel or is it tactics? I think you just got to keep it as simple as you can and continue the good stuff and go back to the good stuff. You know, we've produced a lot of good stuff over the last 8 years, and it's reigniting that and finding that again. Absolutely.
You talked about personalities. I suppose it's always difficult to settle into a new job. You've been here, of course, for 8 years, and you know most of those players now in the first 11. Many of them you'll have grown up with, you'll have helped develop through the second 11. And your time with them, that must give you a great advantage.
Yeah, you know, we've got some really good young players that, as you say, I've been with in the second team. Some of them are already in the first team. Some might force their way through into the first team. So, having good relationships with people and knowing how they tick and how they think is definitely good. And so far, the response I've had from the guys has been good. But as I say, the main work really starts Sunday, and then the last 6 games at the end of the season.
Yeah, of course. You've had a 2-week gap really since Richard left. Dan Vittoria's joined to pick things up with the T20 squad. Have you found that gap quite useful in just kind of finding your feet, speaking to the lads, and just preparing yourself for this Sunday?
Yeah, it's given me a chance to obviously let Dan do his bit with the T20 and help him as much as possible, but just behind the scenes, being able to talk to each and individual player about, you know, the coming Red Bull game and the 6 games to finish the season. So yeah, it has helped. It definitely has given us a bit of time to get things right. So yeah, good.
Excellent. Well, we talked about the game on Sunday. It's Warwickshire we're up against. Bit of a baptism of fire. Nothing like starting things against the top side in the division. How much do you know of Warwickshire aside, and what do you fear of them?
I think Warwickshire are a good side. We've known that for the whole time we've been in the first division with them. We know they're a good side. We know what their strengths are, and they battle hard for every point. They bat long, they bat deep, they always look to get big runs in their first innings, decent bowling side. So we know they're a good side, but ultimately we're also a good side, and we'll focus more on what we're doing rather than what they're doing.
Thanks, Richard. Well, look, we've got 7 games now until the end of the season. Have you set yourself any objectives, any targets as to what can be considered success? Is anything other than promotion considered failure? How do you see things?
Haven't set any targets. It's about we as individuals improving every day, and if we can all improve every day and keep improving throughout the rest of the season on individual performances, then the results take care of themselves.
Excellent. Okay, Richard, well, all the very best luck on Sunday. I hope it goes well.
Thank you.